Hi, Noelle. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, Jen.
Would you like to give us a little bit of feedback about who you are before we dive into the first questions?
I'm Noelle. I'm over 40, Gen X mom. I'm from Tennessee, and I've always been into astrology and tarot. I have a tarot channel, and I've just always kind of been into, being in the South, like you're just inundated with religion at all time, like
I'm in
fundamentalists.
Texas.
Okay,
So,
yeah. So
born and raised Southern. I know
yeah. So
exactly what you're
it's
talking
like I've
about.
always kind of just had this fascination for what else is out there. I've studied all kinds of other religions, and when I saw something about there's not a lot about human design out there.
I know it's
And
very.
when I saw that, I saw a chart one day that my friend shared in a group that I'm in, and I was like, what the hell is that? That is fascinating. So I kind of read a little bit about it, and I was just like, wow, that is really complex. And so I found your channel on YouTube, the Human Design Advantage channel, and I just kind of, because I work from home since
Uh-huh.
the pandemic started, and so it's like I'm always looking for long videos to watch while I'm working, and I was like, yes, I found just like a whole channel of like hour-long videos. So I thought to myself, this is amazing because I've already studied Kabbalah, the I Ching, lots of things. And so I already kind of have a grasp on that. And it's like it just takes it a step further.
It's like the missing piece. I'm the same way.
Yes, it's like it brings all that mystical ancient stuff into now. And I thought, like, that's so me because I'm such like a science nerd. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And I love that stuff and how it's because I mean, like you on one of the videos, you were saying, we are made of star stuff, and that is
Hmm.
so true. And I'm so, the astrology and everything tells you about so much, and then it's like it just kind of leaves off, and you're like, well, like how many Capricorns are there in the world? There's a lot. And so
Right.
it's like,
Right.
you know um this is about us individually, and like it's so, like it's just, my mind is blown, and I'm so happy and excited to find somewhere, and you and Danny, where I can really learn it, with like normal people talk, that I
Yeah.
can
Yes.
understand, without a bunch of like just
Looking at you like you're
linguistical
weird.
mumbo jumbo that's just. So I am so happy and excited, and I've watched a lot of your videos on your channel, and
That
you are such a doll, and Mr. Danny is a doll. I'm just so thankful. I'm so excited. Like I feel like everything I have done has is leading me up to right now with this.
hmm
And I don't want to say that like people who don't know about Kabbalah or the I Ching or whatever could not do this, because it's not true at all.
Right.
Um, because it's not like you have to study the other stuff for years and years. Like you literally can look up the hexagrams in a book, and get like a brief description. It's almost like the I Ching is like a manual that goes with this. So,
Well,
and
it's like
that's
you
it's
said
not complicated.
earlier. The astrology takes you so far and it drops off. The I Ching takes you so far and it drops off. The
Right.
Kabbalah takes you so far and drops off. Even your chakra systems, because that's tied
That's
in.
right.
Quantum physics, universal law. Human design is like that key that brings all of these amazing aspects all together, and it takes the woo woo out of it. It's
Well, yeah.
scientific.
It's like, okay, here's how you are.
Yeah.
Go out and do stuff, and you're just like, oh, it's like an open-ended, here's what your personality is. Okay, great. Like, so
Yes.
how do I apply that? I've always been missing the information about how to apply it in now, like today, like in 2022, with my kid and my boyfriend and people I meet out in the world, it's really like this is how to function. And I'm just like, yes, because I need to know how to function. Like, I'm a generator, so I'm always just like, oh, what am I gonna be when I grow up?
Yeah.
And it just takes that all away. So I'm so glad to know that just doing what I am doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, it's that pressure, that root chakra pressure is
Oh, do you
just
have an
like
open
I
root?
know, like yes, I do.
I do too.
I
I
do
know
too.
that pressure.
And it's just like, and I always feel pressure to do things, and how we're just pressured by society to be, constantly performing and manifesting. I'm like, man, it's like everything y'all have said is just like, yes, yes, yes. Like, I'm at work, like, I've got like my earbuds in and I'm like talking out loud, like, yes, this is what I've been saying. And everybody's like, when I do go into the office, because I'm like, sorry, I'm used to being at home. But
Right.
I just, it really gives you the tools to go forward and be
Mhm.
yourself, who you are, how you relate to others. I can't even talk. Like, I have no words.
So I do have one question for you, and and love everything that you said so far. And first, I wanted to say I'm so grateful to hear that feedback, because that is exactly why me and Dan started this mission. And we are now seeing that it is impacting people and helping people's lives. And that's it. That's what we're here to do. That's how all of this is being built out. Um, what was it like getting read by Dan? So,
Oh my gosh. He is like a natural teacher. You know what I mean? Like, he his personality is so chill, and just like, you're just, I didn't feel intimidated at all by the information. And it wasn't just like he was being really like, blah blah blah. He was
mhm,
really like in a conversational way explaining the background of it, that, like the history. It was kind of like he brought you from the beginning right up to, like effortlessly. Like, he is just a natural teacher, and it's like you're just sitting and hanging out with a friend, and talking about this cool stuff that he knows. So
yes.
I could talk to him for hours, and I mean, he's a generator, so he probably gets that all the time. Like, people probably, he just, like, his energy is just enveloping, and it's like
Mhm.
you're like in a planetarium, and you're just sitting and looking at everything that he knows, and it's just really awesome. Like, I'm so glad. Like, I've just really been asking for somebody to come across my path, to kind of be like, come on, we're going this way. You would be great. I keep always asking for that. I'm like, I'm so good at certain things, and I just don't know where to go with it, and I need somebody to just come and be like, hey, Noelle, you're great at blah, blah, blah. Let's go. And that's how I feel. I feel like y'all have come to me now. I'm so glad.
I'm a firm believer of that too. So the way that, human design is coming more into the programs that I am launching, which I tend to do more of the business aspect of it because I'm the tech
Right. That's yeah.
guru. Um, but I'm a firm believer that the people that come, that I work with, they're not, clients or anything like that. Those are sold contracts that I have agreed to work with. It is my
Right.
mission to activate those sold contracts and tell people that we are ready, which I have been doing. And you popping on and saying that is just confirmation how
Mm-hmm.
the energy works. And I love the feedback that you gave about Dan, because that's pretty much the consistent feedback that we get. Is
He's the one.
he's a
He's chosen
phenomenal
for this.
teacher.
Yeah.
And
I listened
yeah.
to some raw Uruhu, videos, and I'm so sorry. Like I'm always like, oh my God, I find these people, and I'm like, I wish that I had been able to talk with them or meet them before they passed on, and I'm always like Dolores Cannon, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh, I wish I could have met her or whatever. But Danny's here, I'm like, yay. Thank you. Like he's our guy. So that's awesome. I also want to say that human design does not take away any of that other stuff, like anything that you're spiritually into. Like it's
Hmm.
totally separate. Like it doesn't say angels aren't real. It doesn't say, for whoever you are, or whatever the other stuff is that you are into, it doesn't discount that or put it to the side. Like it doesn't say Christians are wrong, or like it just it's totally separate, but it
Hmm.
totally just goes along with all that stuff. So it's not like a controversial school of thought that tells you everything that you've learned before is wrong, or like the things that, if you pray, keep on, like, what I'm saying? It doesn't it doesn't come in and try to replace that. Like all
Exactly.
that
And
stuff is still real. Like I can still read cards, or I can still, have my ancestor spirit guides and all that stuff. You know what I mean? It doesn't push all that other stuff out of the way. It's just like, oh, here, it's a missing piece of the puzzle, just like you said.
and that's a good point, because to anybody who views this video, you can be really spiritual, you can be a devout Christian, you can be an atheist, you can be whatever. This and that's what I feel sets Dan apart from other readers, is that he just gives you the facts. This is it. This is how you are.
Yeah.
And the more that you understand who you are, you'll be able to, oh, yeah, I do that. Or I
Right.
always do say that to myself in those types of situations, or I do react that way, or, oh, that's why I tick. Um, and like
Well,
you said,
the stuff that it does push to the side and say is wrong is more like societal conditioning.
uh-huh,
And so, thank you, like that's what we need. That's the only thing that it comes in and is just like, forget all that.
mhm,
Forget what you've been told. Those people were wrong. But, it's just because they were told the same stuff, when they were kids. So it's like it helps you see past, being angry at your parents for what they, you know what I'm saying? Like telling you that you weren't going to graduate till you were 25, or whatever, it just goes straight past all that. So you can see how they have their own, like I want to do everybody's chart, like everybody I know. I'm like, send me your time of birth. Like I'm just gonna
yeah,
have
I
like a
know.
spreadsheet of everyone I know that I'm gonna start putting their stuff in.
That's awesome. I'm overjoyed hearing everything that you have to say, and I really do appreciate it. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
I can't think of anything. I'm just, I just start talking. I'm just So if there's anything that you wanted to ask me that I didn't, I will just go off on 1,000 tangents. So
No, I think I loved it. I was going to ask you your design. You did say that you're a generator. I feel like as soon as that came into, your mind and you were able to process that, you can see that play out throughout your life.
yeah,
And
I'm a generator. I have a defined solar plexus
you're,
and sacral and spleen, and everything else is open. So
yeah. So you're emotional too. So I'm
yes,
emotional as
yes,
well.
exactly. Yeah. So, I just blow with the wind basically. And I love to know that I'm a generator because I it just confirms what I already know about myself. Because I'm like such a mom to people, like I have one kid, but I mom everybody. So it's like when things come to me, like that's what I'm good at is responding.
Yes.
And again, what I'm good at is when I'm not responding to something, I'm just doing what I want to do, which is it is so me. It hits the nail on the head. Like I cannot confirm any. I can't. I can't. It's so awesome.
I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you so much, Noelle.
You're welcome.
I
I'm
can't
glad to
wait
talk
to,
to you.
yes, and I know that you'll probably be binge watching all the other videos.
Yeah, so
Uh,
don't think I'm a stalker if I'm like commenting on videos from 3 or 4 years ago. Like you're gonna get on YouTube and you're gonna see like 15 comments from me on the video because I'm going back to the beginning of your channel and I'm just watching them all.
oh,
So
I
don't be
love
like, oh,
that.
this bitch is crazy.
No, 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 that's exactly why we did it. We did the first series specifically designed to, even though we were starting, still figuring everything out, but it was focused on to help people understand more. It's like a
Hmm.
course. It's literally a free course on learning human design
It really
if you
is.
want to
And I
watch that.
there was one video where Danny was like, well, if we had an audience, I would ask if they had any questions. But I thought to
Yes.
him, I was like, oh, Mr. Danny, don't be sad because that stuff is there and people will be discovering it more and more as time goes on.
Yep.
So there is an audience. They just haven't, you know what I mean? Like I don't feel bad about just having a few views on videos because it's they'll come, they'll find it.
Oh, it already has. Like I logged in the other day and we had like over 2,000 views on a video. And I was like,
That's awesome. That's so
yay.
awesome. That's such a good
But
feeling.
drop the questions. And I was telling Dan, I was actually just having this conversation with him. I was like, we need to get the feedback from our audience of what questions they have so that it'll help us do more videos on those
Right,
topics,
right.
whether it's long ones or short ones. So definitely make sure you're dropping those questions in the
Yeah,
comments.
absolutely.
And I will be checking them out and writing them down. And yeah, pop on, watch it, like it, like I
I
love
do.
hearing
I
the
will.
feedback.
I
And
will.
please
Thank
let
you
us
so much,
know.
Jen.
Yeah, you're welcome. And let us know how we can help you. We are, I don't know if Dan mentioned, but we are in the process. They're doing a couple of different courses. I'm trying to get a support group together, different things because you mentioned so many different uh areas, tarot, spiritual, chakra systems, all of those things. And the more that I get involved in human design, and I have so many different trades underneath me, I've studied so many different stuff, certifications. Human design is the one tool that is so great to have in your bag through any life situation that you can pull it out and pair it with something. Even if you're not feeling right in a situation, you can probably look at your human design and figure out that there's like some chemistry that's happening.
I would
And
say even if you don't like pull somebody's chart, like you probably when you're in a an interaction with somebody, you can probably be like, I bet they're a projector or whatever, and kind of like my daughter is a projector, and it's just it's hilarious. So I was just like, oh my gosh. So you can probably, just knowing the different types
Mm-hmm.
can help you, interact with others, even if you don't like know their whole, their whole thing.
Exactly. I can there's so people will send me messages or ask me about it, and I'll pull up their chart and I'll just read this the skimming of the surface and what correlates with that. And they're like, oh my God, that's so right. And I'm like, oh, we haven't even scratched the surface yet
That's just
here.
the
I mean,
introduction.
the book appointment with Danny Guru, he will get down to like key things about you, and that's what I love about him too, because he will mention something to you that only like nobody else knows, only and then that's where that bond comes, because he's speaking to you, he's speaking about things that only you would know about.
Yeah, like he knows you from looking at that.
Hmm.
Like better than you know yourself. So yeah, he did. I did let him know to count me in on classes or groups or whatever you guys, get going on in the future. I'm all for it.
Perfect. Yeah, well, you're going to see, we're going to be talking about that more. So I am so excited to have you as part of our tribe. Thank you so much for all your feedback.
Thank
And
you.
I can't wait to see you on your journey, because I know this has unlocked you. So you're going to start going through it, and it's going to really start connecting the dots, and we can have some amazing conversations, because I'm into all that stuff too, like
Mm,
the I Ching, the
yes.
um especially quantum physics and stuff like that.
Oh, I
So
love that. Yes. So, well, y'all, thank you, Jen, and I hope you have a great weekend.
you too, and a beautiful day.
Thank you. Okay.
All right.
See ya.
Bye, sweetie. Thank you.